I speak good.
That was a very good Sylvester Stallone impression.
Oh my god.
I want Taiwanese shirts made by child labor, and I want to look good in them.
We love the United States and the Statue of Liberty.
Oh.
I accidentally did a Roman salute. I didn't mean to do that. You're gonna have to blur that out. I accidentally...
Just sit tight, and for the next 5 hours...
We're going to tell you why paying $20 a minute for this course will make you a billionaire.
You go on, you wouldn't.
Yeah, you wouldn't do it.
Go on, Kim Jong-un.
Come on, Pootler. We're celebrities. We know better than you because we're filming.
This makes what we're doing more valuable.
Don't call my mother a MILF.
Whether or not that might be true.
She might be. We interrupt your regularly scheduled programming to bring you an emergency broadcast. Strap in for a new episode of Barnzey Burns Down the World.
Welcome back to Barnzey Burns Down the World. Today I'm joined by so much more enthusiasm than last time because, well, quite frankly, that's what we need.
And me also, the Mossman.
We're here joined today by Moss, one of the main characters of this show.
Absolutely.
Which, you know...
Barnzey does not like that, but I keep coming back.
What? No, I do enjoy your presence. You bring
great.
a certain element to the show that not many guests do. Like even behind the scenes, you put in much more work than everyone else. And quite frankly, they need to step up their game if they want to be part of such a prestige production environment.
Of the Barnzey Burns Down the World universe.
Yeah, that's it. We gotta expand the cinematic universe, really. I think
so.
We need to have more reach. We need to start merchandising. We need everything. We're gonna become as big
merchandising.
It's
absolutely.
It's all in the products. It's all in the products.
Definitely. We need Barnzey beer mugs, hats, shirts,
action figures. We want posters. We want
crutches,
billboards,
puzzles,
billboards. Actually, one of the best
bridges.
How about, so this idea was given by someone else, I'll tell you who. Renee suggested it way back that we should have fire blankets. Fire blankets. Hey,
anything to do with burning. Fire extinguishers.
That's it. We'll have lighters. Well, so we gotta appeal to both sides.
Yes.
We gotta trick the right and the left of fire.
Whatever that is. Fire good, fire bad.
That's right. We got to appeal to the people, the arsonists and the firefighters.
And the fire, that's right.
Yeah, we have all branding, all flames, all burning, destruction or prevention.
Absolutely. I think we need, like the shoes with the flames on them. I think we just got to put a little Barnzey logo on there.
I need
Burns Down the World logo.
Guy Fieri's shirt.
That's right.
That's exactly what
I think you should do that.
Yeah. I've got to find out. Where would you even get one of those?
You probably just get them at Kmart or something.
No, but I've never seen them at Kmart before. Like you get...
Yeah, I don't know.
You get like the normal dress shirts, collared, buttoned up and all that, but I don't see any specific merch like that. You see band shirts. There are some pretty good ones there that you don't see at normal places.
Yeah. Probably JJ's or whatever. So one of those places.
They might actually. That you've probably nailed that.
Yeah.
We gotta do some investing.
Some of these crap places sell poorly made shirts that were made in Thailand.
Yeah.
For 1 cent.
I want Taiwanese shirts made by child labor, and I want to look good in them.
Exactly right. Guy Fieri, how much money have you given to Chinese child labor camps?
We're going to
producing
assume
nothing. T-shirt?
Yeah.
This is my trademark T-shirt made by this little boy, Wang Gok.
Is Guy Fieri an enemy or an ally of the show?
I think he's such a goofy, fun character. I think he's got to be an ally.
Because even from the food review aspect of it, he reviews.
Well, we like food.
We like food. Oh,
we certainly like food.
Right.
I think.
I don't like food.
What?
I fucking hate food. Food is such a waste of time to me.
No, I disagree.
No, see, okay.
It tastes so good, and
I've said it before, and I'll say it
awesome.
again. If there was ever a nutrition pill, you take one in replacement of each meal of the day, and it provided everything you needed.
I don't think I could disagree more. Food is so nice and it tastes so good. If there was no food, I think I'd freaking die.
Listen. Right.
I think I'd go nuts.
You spend so much time eating your food, it's just not worth it.
I think it's worthwhile.
No, disagree.
For the taste and for the...
No, fuck it. If there was a pill... No.
How good it is.
All right, flavored pills then. No. So we'll compromise there. The pill gives you all the nutrition. You get the flavor.
Sour candy pill.
But it takes 5 seconds. Not even. Done.
Maybe that would be a lot more convenient.
Think about how much time you spend eating.
Yeah, I know, but
It's just a great activity, fun activity for the whole family.
It'll solve obesity.
Well, it depends it depends if they can control how many of the food pills they eat.
That's a good point, because the pills aren't calories; it's just nutrition, so it wouldn't matter.
Then how do you get the calories then?
You know what? I haven't thought about
this. There you go. Well, the hypotheticals...
Go on.
You could just say the pills have the calories in them.
All right, let's say for the sake of argument, somehow they've got the calories in the pills.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of saving the time. So the pill is just like the size of a phone.
And they have all the nutrients you need and everything. Well, I guess at that point, then they just replace food, I suppose, just because it's a lot more convenient.
But then you know what would happen? Like corporate businesses would say, hey... your lunch break. Oh, it takes 5 seconds to have lunch. You get a 5-second lunch break.
Basically, yeah.
No more.
Well, I think the break also, they probably shorten it, but the break is also there for you to
you kidding me? You
recharge.
Think companies give a fuck about their employees?
No, I don't. Well, they have to give like some semblance of a frick. Just because.
You'd think so.
Well, because if you're working at Amazon, the warehouse farms all day, you're gonna be exhausted if you're going for more than
they make you the Amazon. All right, I don't know if you know about.
You need
the
10-minute break.
They make you piss in the bottle.
That's funny.
Because if you're not working on the floor, you're doing nothing and you're worth nothing to the company.
Amazon's probably the worst, one of the worst ones, at least in in the West, I suppose.
But hey, at least you get next day shipping.
Well, yeah. Well, it's worthwhile for me.
Hey, it's worthwhile for me too. It's just not worthwhile.
I mean, the people working there could have chosen to not work there.
What if they don't have a choice?
They have a choice.
No, that's not. It's just apparently
there are choices.
That's not
true. There are no choices. You don't. Yeah, well, there's only one job available: Amazon warehouse.
You don't get to decide what you work as. It's predetermined. When you're born.
I disagree.
No, that's.
I don't know about that, man.
It's like my father was a butcher, my grandfather was a butcher, my great grandfather was a butcher.
Was the president?
That's and then that's how it's decided what is your career for the rest of your life. I don't really agree with that mindset of.
Why I don't? Is that a thing?
Yeah, like the hereditary. Like it's okay.
Some people do that, but other people
is
most
that a culture?
People don't. I'd assume
it must be. Is it a European thing?
I think that's just like a thing they used to do because parents would teach their kids how to do certain things. And then by the time they're like 20 or whatever, they were good at it.
It's definitely a medieval, for the blacksmith example.
Not even just like medieval. It's like even like a few hundred years ago, or even like 100 years ago, people would still in order to get by, like my father will teach me how to do this thing. And now I'm doing this thing because I know how to do it really well.
I think that was because skills were hard to come. Like knowledge itself, if you weren't in a position, because if you
didn't have money, then you couldn't really learn anything. Really.
Source of information came from people and from books,
basically,
and that's all.
Yeah, there wasn't really affordable, I guess, education in that regard.
No, not even.
You couldn't learn skills like that.
It wasn't even cost. It was just out of experience.
Well, no. Back then it would have been they were just priced out. They just couldn't at all. Because you look at the prices now and almost anyone can go to uni because you get you have debt basically. Anyone could learn a trade. Anyone could do this because they have debt programs. But back however long ago, or even in some countries now, you need to actually buy it. You need to buy the the degree or you actually need to pay yourself. So if you weren't rich enough or you didn't have the money, then you just couldn't.
It sounds like to me that system has just got progressively worse and worse with how colleges charge for tuition now. And they'll be like, hey, here's a ridiculous amount of money just to get a piece of paper that says, hey, well done.
Well, you're not really paying for it now, at least where we live. We don't pay for it up front. Well, some courses you have to, but others... you have a debt basically,
yeah.
And you pay that off with the paycheck you get from working whatever job, and you have to be earning over a certain amount, basically.
And then they go, hey, if you want this job, you didn't study for 4 years. Okay, if it was an engineer or a doctor or anything like that, fair enough.
Yeah,
understandable.
Some degrees are kind of worthless. You don't get really anything out of it, so you got to be careful.
Yeah,
very careful, uni students.
We're here to lecture you, people that did incredibly, exceptionally well at school.
Absolutely.
We're here to lecture you and say, hey, be careful what you choose.
Us dumbasses.
Yep.
Us fools,
See,
we're here to tell you because we know.
Our education comes from the fact that we have a
Comes
camera
from
in
the
front
streets.
of us. Yeah.
Our education comes from the streets.
And it's valuable because of previously mentioned camera. Because we're being filmed and we're recording
That's right.
ourselves.
That's
that
right.
makes
We're celebrities. We know better than you because we're filming.
This makes what we're doing more valuable.
Because you're watching us. You're watching us in your free time. And you're watching how successful we are, and that means we know.
Can't you tell? We're covered in money.
Exactly right.
And
Look at this.
listen.
This is green. That's money right here.
Green's the color for money.
Look at this. This is money. This is all of
red
this
is the
money.
color of blood, and blood and money.
Look at this. Money.
I haven't moved that since it came here, and now you've just it hasn't fucked up anymore. It's like you've ruined continuity.
Damn it. Oh.
Oh fuck. Well, I'm glad we started with something
wait a
funny
minute.
and not serious. There, it's about that.
Oh my god.
Yeah. You know what I call that? That is called professionally unprofessional. Why try and
right.
get everything perfect when
Yeah.
if it's slightly off, it's intentional?
It's like an art film now.
Yeah.
Like they
It's
can take
all-
meaning out of that.
And now with art, there's value.
Oh, it's red and also it's turned to the side. That means
Intentional.
That's some intentional.
That
they got some
angle
intentional meaning behind it.
represents uncertainty in the art form.
Uncertainty in life, uncertainty in
It's representative of
your hopes and dreams.
It's representative of the 9 to 5. You could have certainty, and everything is exactly the way it's supposed to. The same
Or you
repetition.
can twist it
again
a
and
little
again.
bit, and you can,
And it's all fun.
and it's all fun, and you might become a quadrillionaire
Yep.
if you twist it just a little bit. Your life. And we're going to tell you how. Our new pyramid scheme.
It's like, just sit tight, and for the next 5 hours,
We're going to tell you why paying $20 a minute for this course will make you a billionaire.
And we're going to let you in
quadrillionaire.
on every single little secret.
Every little secret.
Fuck.
You're going to know,
Oh,
viewer.
man.
Those schemes are funny.
Yep, so celebrities seem to go into those schemes just to make the quick buck.
Well, I think all that is with them is just they are offering them money to like appear in an ad or appear in a...
So they invest in with the hope of getting a return of more. So it could, on some level, probably gets them scammed. Can't think of any examples because I didn't research this.
Well, there's a lot of people in the world. A lot of very silly, goofy people. I'm looking at you, audience. No, I'm kidding. But you're great. You're cool. You're smart. You're intelligent. You're awesome. You're epic. You're cool. You're watching us. So that's all good. But if you fall for these scams, because we'd never do that.
Not once.
Not once. Not ever. Even if they offered us $142 million, I would never fall for
I thought
it.
you were just going to stop at $142.
Even if they offered me $42, I would never take it.
No, not once.
Even if they offered me a pizza, I'd never take it.
I've paid people in pizzas before. It works like a charm. Everyone loves pizza.
Yeah.
Even celiac, gluten-free.
I love it when our friends who earn more than us ask us for money back for a pizza.
You're still bitter about that?
Yeah, just a little bit. You know who you are. You know who you are listening to this.
You're like, you
making
make infinitely
me
more
pay
money
back
than
a
me.
fraction of like this pizza cost.
You're like, you just want stuff for free.
Basically.
No, I do agree with that. I love free shit.
Yeah. No, it's not that. It's like, you're earning more than me, motherfucker, and you need $10 for my part of the pizza order. Epic, cool. You know?
Yeah, cool. Okay, I guess I'll transfer this.
Yeah, I guess.
And now I think of you as
will.
less of a friend.
Now I hate you, actually.
It's like, and I refuse to interact with you from here on. They're talking directly at you like this, and you're just looking away.
Yeah.
And you need to like just look at them. You're like, no, I refuse to even look at them while speaking.
Exactly. No, it's all right though.
Oh.
But at the same time, it's not. And I'm coming for you.
It is what it is.
Bang bang. Better watch out.
Have you been watching Tulsa King?
No.
All right. Highly recommended. Did you ever watch Breaking Bad?
No. Just
I
watch the
would have
clips
thought
online.
I thought something like Breaking Bad would have caught your attention.
Oh
even
yeah,
back in
like
the day.
I watched the first the first season and then a bit into the second.
And I just
stopped watching basically,
so
as I do sometimes.
Tulsa King, starring Sylvester Stallone, friend of the show.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
That gives off a little bit of Breaking Bad vibes, but for me, I'm watching that and I'm seeing a 76-year-old man fucking nail this.
He doesn't look 76.
No, but he is. I had to check it. So they make a point in the show about his age, like quite early on.
Mm.
And I Googled it just to confirm and check, and the dude is actually 76.
Yeah.
Who do you think's aged better, him or Arnold?
I would say Sylvester Stallone has aged better, personally.
I would agree.
Out of the two.
Even in their like peak. So do you know much about their history of like there was like a kind of a Hollywood rivalry between
Oh yeah, yeah. Like yeah. They were big guys back in the day. Back in the day. Yeah, I've watched a bunch of their stuff, you know. I really like.
We briefly touched on Arnold's coming documentary.
I come on stage, I come when I'm popping up.
And when I flex, it's like I'm coming.
When I train, it's like I'm coming. It's like it's like the same feeling as having a sex with a woman and coming.
It's
beautiful. I just love it. Pumping up backstage, coming. It's like I'm coming everywhere. I'm coming all over the audience.
How do we do a Stallone impression?
So fucking funny.
Do you have to do a lip? You gotta talk.
Adrian. I don't know.
Adrian. No. So what is it?
You gotta do it. It's like that. You gotta do the accent and you gotta do the mouth thing. I don't know.
We almost kind of
you kind of gotta sound like a retard.
Kind of sound.
I'm sorry, but you kind of gotta do like the.
Wasn't it a birth defect?
Yeah,
is that what's caused it?
It's it was like a nerve thing. Basically,
was that his mum's fault?
Oh my god!
Well, look, if anyone is born with a defect,
piece of shit.
Is it not the mum's fault?
No, I think that was just like an accident at childbirth.
Yeah, but like, the dad did something wrong.
No,
the doctor did something
wrong. Maybe.
It's like
I don't know.
Fetal alcohol syndrome. If the woman consumes alcohol, while pregnant.
And if Sylvester Stallone ever sees this, he's gonna come over here and he's gonna hurt you, man.
Oh man.
For making fun of his mother. You never make fun of a man's mother.
No, that's true. We love everyone's mums here on the show.
That's right.
We're a very big MILF supporter of Barnzey.
Okay, all right. Well, that's funny because I think one of our friends said that you. And it was funny. It was funny. It was funny when he said that.
It was very funny.
You.
It was even funnier when I stabbed him for saying that.
With a pen. God damn.
Blood was everywhere. And he learned his lesson.
Blood was spilt. Don't call my mother a MILF.
Whether or not that might be true.
She might be.
But if you even think about saying that again, I will
kill you.
Yeah.
I will hurt you in Minecraft.
I will make sure you live and you'll be stabbed 37 times.
With a pen.
With this one pen.
Damn.
Oh.
Well.
I forgot about that actually.
That was pretty funny. That's
a completely made up story. Satire performance.
That's not real.
Happened.
Mom, that's not real. Yeah, your parents don't watch this, do they?
No, I don't think so. No.
Okay, well there you go.
That's good.
It's fine.
Good. Your parents don't watch this either.
No.
That's good.
Okay, good. We can say what we want now.
Yeah, definitely.
Sweet. All right. Good. Just making sure.
So I think Arnold is a lot more iconic than Sylvester, but
yeah, no, I'd agree with that. But the thing is, I would say Sylvester Stallone's stuff in general has been better.
Demolition Man might be my favorite Sylvester Stallone movie.
Well, I don't think that's what I was talking about when I was saying that, but it is from what I've seen.
What were you talking
pretty cool.
about? Like what?
Probably Rocky or Rambo. Specifically the first one, but
I think you got me there. Yeah.
Like I don't think Arnold can match like his highs, sort of a thing.
All right, in terms of movies with that sort of, so you see, Demolition Man is kind of similar in the sense of like there are serious action movies and there are movies that are kind of that, like Last Action Hero.
Yeah,
Last Action Hero versus Demolition Man. Demolition Man.
I guess they have like similar sort of like there's sort of meta stuff in there and there's commentary and whatnot. Like that's broad, but
well, you wouldn't put so like in that sort of sense.
Yeah, I know. Terminator 2 isn't in the same like sort of category as Demolition Man.
All right, first Rambo, first Terminator.
Well, they're pretty different. Like Rambo isn't really like an action movie. Like there are like action stuff in it. There's explosions and whatnot, but it's more of a character drama sort of a thing. Only one guy dies, like the pilot, and that's like by accident. So
And then they just go, then that information gets lost, and then when people think of Rambo, they just think of killing machine.
Well, yeah, and like the sheriff of the town, he's just hell-bent on hunting him down, but Rambo is just way better at what he's trying to do, like than the sheriff.
Course, yeah, because he's this veteran.
Yeah, this, combat veteran who's been in some bad situations and he knows how to survive, whereas you're just some town cop.
You don't really get stuff like that anymore these days, do you? No, that was its own like age of cinema. Well,
it's more just the fact that it's written relatively well.
So that kind of writing doesn't exist anymore.
No, it does. There are movies like that. There are probably plenty of movies like that.
Can you think of any right now? It's a bit on the spot, I know. So actually, that Peter Pan remake.
Oh my god!
Where Peter Pan's the Indian.
Peter Pan is
Tinkerbell's black.
Well, the thing is,
the Lost Boys have lost girls, and one of them has Down syndrome.
It's funny because the point of the Lost Boys was that they were specifically meant to be boys, but
yeah,
like
as the name suggests.
Yeah, because of like boys' immaturity compared to girls, how girls like mature faster, sort of a thing.
That's how you get stories like Lord of the Flies. Like adding girl characters to that, it takes away from the story.
Sort of, yeah. Like the brutality of boys and all this stuff, and sort of.
Which you don't get to explore in the same sort of way if you.
No, you need girls. You need the girls in there.
No, you have to. It's all about inclusivity.
Girls
and diversity.
can be immature and not grow up as well, But that's what you see a lot of these days, right?
I'm thinking of examples, and I'm not going to name.
Well, I'm just thinking of like the modern world, I suppose.
Yeah, I was trying to relate it back to people that we personally know without outing any of them.
Say their names right now.
I refuse.
Say them. No, it's fine. But
you'd never see anything like that in the eras of Arnold or Stallone. Maybe it's because we didn't grow up at that time and we just get to look back at the best of the best.
Well, pretty much that's usually what it is. But even then, we can look at the bad stuff. It just depends on what's popular, I suppose. There was probably plenty of bad stuff back then, even, but I don't know.
Well, there's even
it's like filtered out.
Even like the male image back then was like the tough guy sort of.
Yeah.
You build your body. You're like the typical man stereotype.
Well, but even then, like less people were fat. Like people in like the 70s and the 60s and the 80s even, they weren't complete fat asses.
We love fat shaming.
We love making fun of fat people, and if you're fat, you better do something about that right now, or I'm coming for you.
We will attack you first, but then we will attack those fat body cells in you.
Exactly right.
We will eliminate every single one of them until we're starting a new program.
We'll
actually,
eliminate the fat.
Barnzey burns down the gym. Everyone's gonna get back in. We're gonna start a whole fitness campaign, and everyone's gonna be
fire, and it's gonna be great. We're gonna train.
All the branding is fire themed. It's like if you're not burning those calories, then you will die.
Then you will get beaten up.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. Yeah, we'll just come out and just fight you.
We will set you on fire.
Oh my god.
That's what's happening. We're taking extreme measurements, and if you can outrun the flamethrower, then you are good enough to be part of this gym, this new fitness movement.
That's right.
You know what? Actually,
burn those calories.
It's a very male podcast thing to do. Like, hey, we're starting a gym revolution, fitness.
Yeah, we're gonna start running. We're gonna start training, lifting weights, lifting heavy,
fitness competition,
whatever. Yeah.
It's definitely no, I take it back. It's an original thought, and no one's ever done this before, and that's why it will work.
No one's ever done a fitness podcast. What are you talking about?
No, not a single one. More plates, more dates. No.
Who's that?
That's
it's funny with him. I always like whenever I say the name out loud, I always just off the cuff think of it as no plates, no dates.
Yeah.
Like just, and that's not even a purposeful thing. Like I just think of it like that. Like when I'm thinking about it.
See, you've gone.
I think about that channel.
That might be a pessimistic versus optimistic mindset.
No, I don't think that's it.
Okay.
I literally think it's just words getting mixed around in my head.
Yeah, but
like
you're mixing them around to the
all
negative.
the time.
But
No,
words mixed around to
I don't think it's a negative positive thing. It happens all the time with me, where my brain will just jumble words.
That happens to me too. I try to make it not happen.
Yeah.
And then you end up inserting bad words. Like, I speak good.
Because you can't come up with something on the cuff,
No.
I speak good.
That was a very good Sylvester Stallone impression.
Oh my god. Adrian.
No, I think he's done a lot of speech training since, because when he talks in Tulsa King, it seems like he's trained out of that. He's a lot more serious. You still get a little bit of the slur, but comes off like you don't even.
Well, he's been doing it. He's doing like the acting
decades,
thing, like since the 70s.
Yeah.
So
what was his first role? Do you know?
like a porn movie.
Really?
Yeah.
That's quite funny.
Called
actually.
The Italian Stallion or something like that. He was doing porn initially, but they were really
I had
poor.
no idea.
Yeah.
Do you want? We're gonna look up porn right now on the podcast.
Oh my god! But Rocky was one of the earlier ones because he wrote that script and then it like ended up winning an Oscar and all that year. So yeah, but did really well. He wrote that in what 30 days or less than that.
And
No,
look how it
3
turned out.
days. 3 days. He wrote it in 3 days, and the film was shot in 30 days. Very impressive because the film is really good. Like it's probably better than some of the flashier ones. You know, like my favorite's probably the fourth one.
Mm-hmm.
Rocky 4.
Okay,
But
so
it's certainly worse than the other ones.
I watched Rocky 4 before I watched any of the others.
Yeah.
So it was back in the era when whatever's on TV, you just kind of watch. We didn't have phones.
Yeah.
There was nothing to distract. It was kind of just, yes, screens were still a thing, but whatever movie was on, whatever channel that you happened to be on, channel 9 Go,
Nine Go, yeah.
and it had, well, at that point it was actually 99 or channel Go,
Yeah.
and it had Rocky 4.
Yeah.
And I sat there and I watched it, and I was like, this is really good. And
Yeah.
my dad sat down, watched it. He was kind of trying to explain, like what the movie was, because it was the fourth one. There was a bit of backstory behind. I had no idea who Creed was.
Yeah.
And now there's 10 of them.
What they meant of what Apollo Creed like what he meant to Rocky and all that, and he just sort of dies, just gets killed
In the boxing ring.
What? No way.
Yeah. And the whole movie's just like an allegory for the Cold War, Russia versus the US. They got to solve the Cold
By
War
beating each other up
with a boxing
and
match.
saying, you can do better than that. We
Dude.
can come together.
How good would it be if world leaders had to be like that, and that's how they solve disputes?
They had the box.
Yeah.
Well, I think it'd be better in general if the world leaders were like strong like that.
Dude.
Were like physically strong. Wouldn't that be
Think
cool?
about how awesome it would be.
If they were all like bodybuilders,
Zelensky versus Putin.
just in a boxing match.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude, how much money would that make across the world?
Probably make a bit. Probably.
Dude, that would the camera just opened on here. and I
Trump
was like,
versus
what the
Biden
fuck?
in the ring.
Yeah, that's how they solve. Yeah, so it's not just like world conflicts; it's elections as well.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, that would be great. And
Well-
there's no rule against steroids.
Well, and no more women in politics.
That's
Yes, now we're talking.
Now we're getting somewhere.
baby.
yeah.
Yeah, now it's back where the men are back.
Oh,
we're back
right.
in town.
Wow, that
All
was
right. Yes, that's what we want.
almost unironically. I kind of like that idea.
Wouldn't that be funny?
It would be very funny.
I think it'd just be funny just to have boxing. Yeah, just determines elections.
It's like, hey, take notes from the Creator Clash.
The
That was the
strongest will survive.
So, do you remember when we tried to cover the first Creator Clash, but we did such a bad job that Daz complained about it on the next episode?
yeah.
So,
it's like, hey,
fair
that's
complaints?
wrong, and that's
No, hey, good on him. Good on him. No.
No, I disagree.
Good on you, Daz.
I disagree because it was against me.
Yes.
Specifically.
But there was the second Creator Clash that we're not even going to touch on because,
Because Idubbbz is a bitch.
well, yeah,
Idubbbz is a
Fair enough.
pussy for banning people from his
Yeah.
creator clash.
whether it's the next episode.
I want to fight him specifically.
It's not going to be the next. Actually, that would be good. We'll talk about it in a second. The next recording is going to be with Daz. I'll bring up the Creator Clash and see if he's like put him on the spot, just like how he was like, "Hey, no, you actually, I listened and you didn't cover it. Do your research." If he's not
Yeah.
already invested in anything that he might.
Well, do you
talk
think
about.
we do our research here? We just say what we're thinking at
Sometimes
the time.
yes, sometimes
Daz.
no. At the moment, I'm researching about the name of the movie. You said it was like the Italian Stallion. I
Something
think
like that.
it's called The Party at Kitty and Studs. Renamed the Italian Stallion.
There you go.
So you were correct.
So it would
in
have
a
been
sense.
after he became famous.
Yeah. So it became
That's funny. But yeah, so I think that's what he started doing, and then
in 1970.
yeah, very early.
And
Very
then, yeah,
early.
Rocky. Well, Rocky? No,
Was Rocky's first
Rambo.
one?
Says First Blood as the initial Google.
Just go on Wikipedia, and
Yeah.
it'll show you by like date, by like year.
Yeah, it's good. It'd be really good if we had a producer in this position to like look it up. Like,
Yeah, that's
all right,
right.
what have you found?
Yeah, what have you found, Jamie?
We
You're
don't
Jamie now. This is my podcast.
We
I'm
don't
Joe
want early
Rogan.
life. You're Joe Rogan, are you?
I'm Joe Rogan now, and you're Jamie.
Go on then.
Shut up, Jamie.
Tell me about your DMT trip.
Stop talking. Oh man, I saw spaceships and colors, and it was crazy. What the fuck? Yeah, Joe Rogan doesn't talk like that. Bring that up, Joe. No, I can't talk like Joe Rogan. This is crazy. I can't talk. I can't do it. I can't do the impression. I don't have the voice.
Wow, now you've taken the position of the host and you've gone like, oh, I can't do the voice. I can't do the accent.
No.
And I'm sitting here now and I'm going to be like, very good. No, that was Borat. See, now we're
very good. That was a really cool impression.
My favorite podcast.
My favorite comedian is Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan, yeah.
Damn, I love doing voices, and we just start sucking at the voices.
Yeah.
But you gotta dedicate yourself to the bit if you're gonna start doing a voice.
Like sit around off camera and just like practice being idiots.
I think so.
That will solve these problems.
So sometimes it just doesn't come to mind when I'm in the moment.
No, and it will just click.
You know, viewer?
Like if I was to sit here and go, all right, so this is the first interview with Donald Trump since being like censored off social media.
Well, hello, Barnzey. It's me, Donald Trump. It's me, Donald Trump, in the studio.
So, Donald, I heard you recently went on the Full Send podcast.
Absolutely, I was on the Full Send podcast, best podcast online. Full Send.
Now, the last time that they were on, they actually with
these
the
Zoomers, they're crazy. They're really crazy.
So, Mr. President, last time that you were
That's
on,
me.
They took down mainstream media. They cut down the episode.
The fake news.
They took it down. It was censored everywhere worldwide, and in my opinion, that just made it more popular. What
Absolutely. They hate me. They hate Donald Trump. They hate me specifically, and they're going to ban and censor everyone that tries to host me. The fake news media, they want to come after you through me and whatnot.
Now, with all this
and all
in
that,
mind, with all this in mind, what's your strategy for combating the fake news in your next election, like when you're running? Because I'm going to vote for you.
Yeah. I mean, that's great. And we love the Barnzey Burns Down the World podcast for doing that, for having me.
I'm using that in my advertising from now on. That's
and for voting for me, Donald John Trump. And
is that what the J stands for? I've never actually asked. Is that what the J?
Donald Jesus Trump is my middle name.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Donald God Trump. God Emperor of all mankind. Have you seen these memes online?
No, I haven't. I don't spend much time.
I'm God Emperor of the universe or something. They Photoshop my head on this 40K character, and it's pretty great. It's kind of cool art.
Dude, actually,
isn't that epic?
I'm gonna find.
I love interrupting you whenever you're trying to talk.
That's just a Trump thing.
You can't talk.
I can talk.
I'm the one talking. Get it out. You know, you gotta get the words out.
I know when you pause and when my entry is in for speaking. Yeah.
That's right.
So
this is my podcast now.
We're gonna talk about these.
Collect Trump cards.
All right,
the epic I've released. Is that actually Trump's?
This is a Trump's official? NFT collection for the trading cards.
You can buy my non-fungible tokens online.
So what you're looking at this, I'm gonna put this section on the green screen right now as it is.
They look so awesome. That's me on the motorcycle and I'm like a soldier, and I've got the heart, the King of Hearts. King of Hearts.
That's one of my favorite designs.
That's actually pretty cool. I love the King of Hearts, and I'm a rocker boy, and I've got pie in there. And
dude, you with the lion.
The lion, the fire lion on top of the earth. Very Barnzey Burns Down the World related.
I take it back. I like the chessboard one the best.
No, I like the Napoleon one. I am like Napoleon.
Now, this is actually the second wave. I want to see if I can find the first wave.
The first wave. They're all pretty cool. They're the best non-fungible tokens around.
So
no, you cannot take a screenshot. No, stop that. Stop taking screenshots. You're not meant to do that. That's illegal. I will sue you. I will sue you for doing that. I don't know if that sounds good, honestly.
Now, see, people, that hesitance, that's where I get ahead of myself.
I'm pretty sure it sounds fine.
It's fine.
I think it's fine. If we're confident about it, well, it should be okay.
I'll show you actual recordings and you'll be like, wow, that was
fucking terrible. I'm going to kill myself in this 1 second with my handgun that I have on me at all times. I am the absolute worst Trump impressionist that there's ever been. Don't use my Trump impression for anything. It sucks ass.
Do you know who Shane Gillis is?
No cap for real. This is bussin'. Come on, get me to say something. Come up with some lines.
Tell me how much you love Shane Gillis.
What, do you want me to say that?
Yeah, no, like tell me about, like, just tell me some stuff.
Shane Gillis is a gay man. I think he loves having gay anal sex with his partner Steve Gayless is what I call him. I call him what? Shane Gayless is what I call him. He loves having passionate, steamy, gay sex.
Okay, so Shane Gillis doesn't even deserve that. Dude, I'll show you like who Shane Gillis is.
I don't even know who that is.
That's right. So. He's a fantastic comedian. He does a Trump impression, and what Rogan does is we've stolen Rogan's bit where they will ask questions to Shane Gillis doing his Trump impression, and they'll just like laugh along.
I love Shane Gillis and his Trump impression. It's the best. It's the best that there has ever been. Except for mine, of course. My Trump impression is actually the greatest because I am Donald John Trump, and I'm doing the hand movements. For all the people on YouTube, I am doing the hand movements of Donald John Trump. I hope that's good. I don't even know.
I don't even know.
Sometimes, like, when I'm doing it, I'm like, oh, yeah, that sounds great. But then, like, recording
in the moment, yeah. Maybe because it's like...
Going back, it sounds like shit.
When you listen to your voice, the voice in your head is one voice. That's one. The voice that you hear when you're speaking, that's voice 2. The vibrations are coming, like, through your jaw and shit. That's what you're hearing. Voice 3...
Coming.
They're coming. The voice number 3 is what you hear on recordings. So when you hear yourself speak and you go, oh, I don't like that. That's how other people hear you. That's
kind of crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. It's
like,
weird.
oh, my voice sounds like shit. Yeah, and then you're like, no, people have been listening to me talk like that for my whole life.
When we started like recording ourselves more often, it was kind of a bit like that. I've gotten used to it.
Yeah.
I don't mind.
Yeah, no, I don't. Yeah, I've gotten used to it. I think my voice is the best voice that there's ever been. And I'm going to speak like this from now on. I am now in a fugue state. I am now the president of the United States. Have you heard of these things, Barnzey? These fugue states?
I have heard of the United States of America before.
That is not what I said. I did not say the United States, the beautiful United States of America, the best country on earth. We love the United States. We love the United States and the Statue of Liberty.
Oh.
I accidentally did a Roman salute. I didn't mean to do that. You're gonna have to blow that out. I accidentally did a salute. I didn't mean to do that. I don't do that. I didn't mean to do that, but we love the Statue of Liberty. Got the torch on. I meant to do that.
You meant to do that, yeah.
I meant blow that out when you get to it. You're gonna have to at the 45-minute
mark.
So
actually, I think it was either Shane Gillis or someone else in his most recent. We'll say it's Shane Gillis for the sake of conversation.
Absolutely.
You can drop the impression if you want to now. There's no pressure.
Right, fine.
He was doing the salute, the Nazi salute, as part of a bit, and then a German guy went up to him after the show and was like, "Hey man, you're doing it."
That's insensitive.
No, it's better than that. He's like, "Hey, you're doing it wrong. You're using your left hand." So from then on, he corrected it by using the right hand, and the guy messaged back, "Is like, hey, well done,
well done, you did a
well
good
done
job.
For historical accuracy."
Damn, he really cared about it.
Hey, it's all about the accuracy.
It's all about authenticity, you know.
That's right.
That's right.
Oh,
that's what we love. Dude, when people are authentic.
There's almost, because we're doing audio stuff, we could tap into accents and voice acting more. Like I tried to do
That's if we had any good accents for the most part. Like I don't even know if that Trump impression is good.
In the like when we're live here right now for us, it is good. Like even with Just Top, have you heard him laugh like that on record? Like we hear him laugh in person like that when something's particularly funny. But I haven't heard a laugh like that in a long time. That was good.
When Putin and I are kissing, we love to kiss. He's a great kisser. He's got the biggest lips that there has ever been. We love to straddle the nuclear button, and it's really funny. It's really funny. We tease and we troll. It's called We Do a Little Trolling. You remember when he said that?
Yeah, I do remember when he said that.
Did he say that, or did he tweet that? We do a little trolling. No, he said that in a rally.
Okay.
Trolling. It's called We Do a Little Trolling. We love to troll.
Have you seen the clip where he hears barking and he's like, oh, hey, what is that? And then someone shouts, it's Hillary. And he goes, it's Hillary. And he like just starts laughing.
It's Hillary. That's pretty... I don't know how
you don't know how he laughs. You know, yeah. No, it's an actual proper laugh. I won't bother. Nah, I'm not gonna.
You're not gonna bother bringing up Trump's laugh.
I'll show you after, or it'll be inserted in the podcast.
I love to laugh. I love laughing.
It'll be in the clip here.
My pilot said, "No, Mr. Trump, this is something you shouldn't have." What was that? Is that a dog? Uh-oh. It's Hillary.
No, I can't. I'm not really an actor or anything. I can't really do that with any confidence.
No.
What's
actually going back to?
Yeah.
Back to
Mossman.
Back to Mossman. He's back.
I'm back, everybody.
Trump has left the studio.
Whoa! Trump's soul is like leaving my body.
Trump's gone, and we can either continue talking about what we're talking about or move on to something else naturally. And we said we wouldn't do that, but now that I've said the words, I'm sorry. I would like to make an official apology on the podcast and say
I'd like to officially apologize on behalf of the
I made an incredible lapse of judgment, and
we had a terrible lapse in judgment. Isn't that what Paul Logan said?
Yeah, he goes, Logan
Paul.
I regret my actions, dude. He's actually doing so well now.
Yeah, he beats up KSI and whatnot.
Yeah, and he's in the WWE.
Really? Damn.
He's actually. I think he signed the biggest deal in a while. I could be completely... I don't follow... Luch is the WWE expert. He watches so much pay-per-view wrestling.
So WWE or UFC?
WWE.
Okay, well, that's different.
So yeah, okay. Luch watches so much pay-per-view wrestling.
He doesn't have any money for anything else.
Right, but... It's not enough. It's not enough. No. So I've come in and, like, in the living room, he has... If you imagine fan fiction written down, right, for like wrestling matches, but they're acted out in the WWE 2K23 game.
Oh my god!
And that's the YouTube videos that I walk in on and watching.
Did he buy 2K23?
Yeah.
The new one?
No, he paid more than full price to get all the DLC, the season pass. $150 takes up 90 gigabytes on the PlayStation.
Like he bought 22, and I don't even think he played that much.
I think that's what I'm talking about. My mistake.
Oh.
He didn't buy the next one.
He didn't buy the new one that's come out?
No. But it's probably on the list.
Probably.
It's like, fuck, bro. There's better sports games and they're all bad.
Yeah, but most of them aren't very good. Well, that's what happens when you have to make a new one every year.
But it's worse watching people make fan fiction videos using the game with their own and it's just as good
them
quality.
Talking.
Yeah.
It's like,
no.
Right now, John Cena, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you, and I'm gonna.
It is.
It's just that.
It is that.
It is that. Oh fuck.
Yeah. It's
you just catch him like you just walk in and he's got his action figures. No, John Cena, I'm going to jump on you. And, no, I'm gonna dodge and. Like,
no, but that's the new version of that is like acting it out in the game.
Yeah, with
it's the same thing.
Because people would do stuff like that in games, but they'd actually like write scripts and all that for stories. Like Red vs. Blue, for example, is like a story is like a show made in the game Halo. CE, Halo Combat Evolved.
Famous. Like,
but the thing is, they actually write their own story and their own like jokes are actually done well. You know what I mean?
It's just that the Halo game is used as a way as like a set.
Basically, yeah. But like, if he was writing and producing like well done stuff, because Red vs. Blue is actually really good. Like, it's well written.
I still occasionally see jokes pop up in the short form TikTok algorithm format, like every so often.
Yeah.
Like it's so timeless that you can take parts of it out and reformat it into what's popular now, and then they can go, yep, this is new content. But it's not. It's from 15 years ago.
Because have you seen Red vs. Blue?
No, never. But I've seen so many clips about it.
I'm telling you, you should. Because it's got almost nothing to do with Halo except for the fact that they shot it in Halo.
Right.
Like that's the only thing it's really got to do with it.
It's their
own story.
The podcast has nothing to do with podcasting. It's just in the format of a podcast.
No, seriously though. But they have like there is almost no mention of really anything in Halo. They just use it as like set dressing basically. You know, they use the maps and the multiplayer and the
So it's just dramatized storytelling.
Pretty much, yeah. But it's done well. It's actually really well done.
Because wasn't that part of what got Rooster Teeth as a company kickstarted?
Pretty much, yeah.
And then they have like now a Netflix series and they do their own production.
But also it's sort of crashed into the earth because of like mismanagement and the writing quality is like gone down the toilet.
Which is unfortunate. It's like it happens.
But the thing is, for Red vs. Blue, they were good for pretty much the first 13 seasons,
13, fuck.
That's not bad. But the thing is, though, they're only like 2 hours each. They're only like the length of a movie, basically. But that's still not bad. It's still not bad.
In terms of production, if they're able to make what they can with those parameters, fucking good on them. They made something.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and like later on, they had they had like CGI fights.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they're really good. They're animated so well, and they're directed really well.
Well, that's what you can do with a budget and funding.
Well, yeah, I mean, they look a little rough, like texture quality and all of this, but like they're animated so well, so they won't age as poorly as something that I guess looks better but is animated worse, sort of a thing.
Yeah, I can
like animation ages better than just visuals. You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean. Like it's evident in even big budget Hollywood movies where they're just like, okay, we want to fit a quota, we want to release this many movies as a studio, and then you see it suffer. Marvel.
Well, recently, they don't give their animators enough time to like...
No, like, hey, you have to meet the deadline.
To make sure it doesn't look like goo.
So either hire more animators to get more work done.
Well, that's not how that works.
And if it doesn't work like that, spend more time and do a better job.
But they don't have the time. They need to release it now, for the money.
Have to.
Even though the scripts are terrible as well, and everything else about it is bad too.
We barely touched on it last time, and it started off as a conversation starter when you were here last. But Jonathan Majors, I keep seeing what I'm dismissing as fake rumors about being recast. John Boyega is the fan favorite replacement.
Oh, the fan favorite.
Yeah.
I hate the fan favorite like pick stuff because they're always just picking the popular guy. You know what I mean? Like fan casts, it's like fan casts. Oh yeah, we watched The Quiet Place recently. Let's put those actors in. You know, it's like
it literally
is that because you watched the movie just now?
Yeah.
You know,
and it just keeps carrying on, and then that message gets lost, and then there's a massive vocal amount of people that go, yeah, I agree with this, not even knowing where it came from,
or just like not even thinking about it. Hey, maybe these guys aren't good for the role. Maybe you know, it could just be anyone else. Like there wasn't
anything particularly bad about John Krasinski specifically, but there wasn't anything particularly good either. It was just popular.
Well, it was literally just A Quiet Place is popular.
Yeah.
Let's put these two, like Emily Blunt and John Krasinski, as the fan cast.
There's definitely that vocal Office fan base.
Oh yeah, there's that too, I guess.
And for like comedy connoisseurs, a lot of them prefer the UK version of The Office.
I mean, I heard they're both good, so there's
just a lot less of the UK. I think there's only like 1 or 2 seasons.
Yeah, and they're shorter.
And dude, Ricky Gervais, like people who hate him fucking hate him. I kind of like him quite a bit.
I mean, like if he's doing good stuff, then there's not really much you can say.
His most recent work, Afterlife, it's mostly a drama, but there's comedy sprinkled throughout it, and it's his style of dark, not what you shouldn't joke about, but like I guess like heavy topics, littered in through like I think he's like the premise of the first season is that like he wants to kill himself. He can't think of why, but he can't
just
think
like
of
me. Okay.
But like he's discovering like why life is worth living, and then I think it's on like season 3 now.
Yeah.
And it gets consistently like very positive, not critical reviews, but audience reviews. They're going, hey, I really like this show. This helped me through a tough time.
Well, that's what you saw with the Orville.
Yes.
Whereas like Star Trek Discovery was getting good reviews from critics, the Orville was getting poor reviews from critics, but it was getting good audience scores, where it was the opposite for Star Trek Discovery.
This is a segment I like to call now Blue Letter Media, because we're all blue.
That's right.
If we're Red Letter Media, but we're talking about Star Trek.
I hate it. All the things that I love have gone down the drain and are dying. How do you love it? All your favorite franchises.
There's an episode of The Next Generation where this happens, and it's so much better than the new Star Trek.
Well, from what I understand, the new Star Trek stuff is mostly terrible. Yeah, that's what I hear. I have no interest in watching it.
I'm genuinely more interested in seeing what the Orville is about than new Star Trek.
Well, I'm more interested in seeing the original stuff, the older stuff.
I think
that's what has gotten most people into Star Trek, the older series. Like, I don't just mean the original series. I mean TNG. I mean Deep Space Nine, Voyager. Like, did you know there were that many shows?
I did. I remember when we first started to dive into what Star Trek was as a series, and then Netflix had 9 different shows, and they had like 30 seasons. And
like, I had no idea. Yeah, there's TNG, Deep Space Nine, Voyager, Enterprise. Like, there's a bunch of them.
Yeah,
there's a bunch of these shows. Like, but like I really didn't think there were that many.
No, but it's like it's there for a specific kind of, like, you know how you say there's nerd, there's geek, there's dweeb, like each kind of word like that refers to a certain kind of person.
Yeah, well,
Star
I
Trek.
guess.
So like it's Star Trek is for nerds. Star Wars is for geeks.
Like I don't know what
Classic
differentiates
examples.
them.
Classic. Okay, so like nerd is math. Geek is culture.
I mean, I think that's. Just
I don't know.
silly.
Okay, it is. It's a very old-fashioned way of breaking.
Yeah. I guess
it's like the jock, the cheerleader, the nerd, the weird, like the goth. Like it's those.
I don't think
breaking
geek
down.
and nerd are that different in that way. Like I don't see them as.
They're
I don't
very
see those
similar.
two terms as being that different.
All right,
you
it's
know?
like all right, break it down.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying.
Break
Like
it
one's
down.
more technical. One is just I don't know. I don't know the popular thing. The fucking whatever. I don't know the
Music genres. So metal music. Metal is like one massive umbrella, but the different like heavy. There's like there's obviously soft metal. There'll be specific
metalcore, metal fucking
That's
up
right.
your ass. I'm kidding.
Yeah, up your ass. Metal.
Metal up your ass metal. That's if you're gay.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I know what you're talking about.
It's like Moss. It's 2023.
It's okay.
There are gay people who don't like things shoved up their ass.
It's okay to be gay.
All right, you can be gay and not like things up your ass.
It's okay to be gay.
It's
It's
borderlining
it's,
South
it's
Park.
okay.
It's okay.
Yeah. No, I think so. I think so as well. I think it's okay.
It's like almost not even speaking. That's the accent.
Oh, yeah, I don't even know.
Where's this even gone?
I don't. I have no idea. We're back to Trump. We're back to tried and true.
He's come back into the studio.
Back to tried and true Trump. We're back. And
He's here to bring up our energy levels.
Gotta bring it back. Bring it back up.
Bring it back to accents.
We love Star Trek. We love Deep Space Nine. We love Deep in the Ass Nine.
Do you reckon? No. Donald Trump. What does Donald Trump think about Star Trek?
He probably thinks it's just nothing, just garbage. He probably doesn't think about it at all.
There's a window for you to tell me what Donald Trump thinks about Star Trek.
I think Star Trek is gay for nerds and whatnot because he was.
And the quality's come back down.
No. Yeah, because he did like football and that, like school football.
He was,
and
yeah.
whatnot. He was like a sports kid.
He was
Probably, I think, because I've seen the photos.
You take a look at him right now, and he doesn't look much of an athlete. But then you got to remember, he's in his 60s. He's old.
He's not in his 60s.
He's old.
His 70s.
He's in his 70s.
I'm in my 70s. I'm not in my 60s anymore.
You look pretty good for a 68-year-old man.
You look
Mr.
pretty
Trump.
good for a 45-year-old man.
Like, I'm 75.
Yeah. Stop sucking my dick.
He's like, I'm almost as old as Sylvester Stallone.
Wow. Oh, he is around that age, isn't he? Yeah.
So who wins in a fight in Sylvester in his prime and Arnold in his prime?
Donald Trump and his what in terms of like just a fight
Yeah.
or just
So we've gone
I guess
Commando versus Rocky.
like Arnold's taller, I think.
We know nothing about boxing. Well, not nothing. We know very little about boxing and how it
Well,
works.
I know Arnold looks stronger. He looked stronger
Yeah.
during like Conan and during all those movies. So
But Sylvester
I'm
had
gonna say
specific
Arnold.
boxing training.
But Arnold used a sword and could shoot a gun. They're more deadly than
Both
boxing.
things are useless in a boxing ring.
No.
You
A
cannot.
gun is not useless in a boxing ring. You can shoot them before they get
Okay,
to you.
we've started the match. You don't have a gun.
No, but you do. Like
No.
in a boxing ring, guns are more dangerous than boxing gloves.
Okay, fair enough. In a boxing match, your weapon is your fists.
Okay.
It's set up like a boxing match. You don't get these guns and
Well-
swords. You still have the skills. You're just like, yeah, I'm an excellent swordsman.
Well,
but you're in a boxing match.
do you think Rocky could do any better against the Predator? In hand-to-hand combat? I don't think so. I think Arnold, he got slapped around pretty good.
That is an excellent point.
You see, the Predator is really strong. You know what I mean? Remember in Predators when he ripped Walton Goggins' fucking spine out?
Yeah. He even ripped off Carl
hand.
Weathers' arm in the original.
Well, that's
Yeah.
with the claws. But no. That's with the gun. He shot it off with the gun.
Oh, he did, didn't he?
And then Arnold, the gun, like, just sort of hit him and didn't do anything. I guess it wasn't at full power.
It's like,
wasn't at full
no,
charge.
it's main character plot armor. You don't understand. Arnold Schwarzenegger's a Mary Sue.
Well, I'm trying to... that is not what a Mary Sue is. That's not what a Mary Sue is.
I know.
It just doesn't work. It's like, yeah, they sort of forgot that they blew off Carl Weathers' arm just before.
No, I think like
And then they
saying that
killed what's-his-face.
the gun is at less power. That's a very good move.
I mean, you'd have to explain it that way. Otherwise, it breaks the story. It's like, oh, he should have had his arm shot off. You know?
which is unfortunate, but
Well, yeah, but he doesn't seem to have much of an injury afterwards.
No, he still gets messed up, but not.
Well, yeah, but he's still able to shoot the bow, and he's still able to like fight and move around.
Well, because you need an end climax, you need that fight.
Well, I'm saying it likely wouldn't have worked the way that they showed if he had actually gotten a really bad injury in his arm from a laser gun that shot off someone else's arm. And the arm size was around his, so it probably should have taken a good chunk out of his arm at least, but it didn't, just because.
Actually, there's a behind-the-scenes story filming for The Predator where there was a fitness
for Predator,
competition.
not The Predator.
You're right.
The Predator is the bad one.
My mistake that they make such.
The Predator is the awful one.
Okay, so for Predator, the movie Predator,
yes,
they're all tough guys. Like they're built. That's the.
And Shane Black.
And
Poncho.
Yeah. So behind the scenes before set, they had like fitness competitions where who could get in the gym before everyone else.
Yeah.
It goes to the point where they were like, I think it was...
Good old Jesse Ventura and Arnold.
Yeah.
In particular.
Was it? I thought Carl Weathers was the one that was... Because do you know about the bet I'm talking about where they were going to talk about who had the biggest bicep?
That was Jesse Ventura and Arnold.
Right. So in that story... Between jumping back and seeing who could, I guess, get more of a workout before the filming day, Arnold knew how big his bicep was and knew how big Jesse Ventura's bicep was. So because he got that measured in the wardrobe, so he set this bet, and he got clothes made that were a little bit smaller. And what he would do is he would go, I will bet this bottle of wine and whatever, that my bicep is bigger than yours. Yeah. And Jesse has got, no way, I know your measurement for your clothes. I've got this in the bag. Hands down. All set up by Arnold beforehand. So he goes to the dresser or to the costume manager and goes, yep, measures my bicep. It's this. He flexes. They do the thing. Oh, it's this number. Fantastic. Arnold goes, all right, let's see. Jesse goes, no, I already know. There's no way. He measures it and it's like 2 inches bigger or something. It's ridiculous.
Crushes him.
Absolutely demolishes him. And then the next day in his trailer, Arnold's got like that bottle of wine saying, hey, yeah, sorry.
Arnold does all sorts of tricky things like that.
He tricks Stallone as well.
Really?
Yeah. That
Arnold ain't a stupid guy either.
Oh.
He might not be the best actor or anything. I'll say he's probably not a very good actor, but he certainly is pretty smart about
100%
planning.
So Stallone. So when there was that famous feud between them for like who's the best 80s action buff guy, there was a script that came across Arnold's desk from his manager, and it was "Stop or my mum will shoot." And he reads it and he goes, "This is a garbage movie. I'm going to pretend to be interested in it. And then you're going to, then Stallone's going to hear about this. His agent's going to say, hey, Arnold's interested, and he's going to sweep it up. So I'm going to say, no, I won't do it unless I'm paid X amount of dollars. Stallone saw that, took the bait, fucking did the movie. Terrible movie. And Arnold's sitting there with a cigar going, fool.
Yeah. I can smoke my stogies wherever I want. I don't need to find a hideout place like you.
Stop or my mom will shoot. What a ridiculous movie. Ha ha ha.
That's so stupid. Now he looks like an idiot.
Sylvester looks like a little bitch.
And then he was Mr. Freeze.
Yeah, then he was Mr. No, you know what? Luch and I love that movie.
Yeah.
Unironically.
Yeah, I did too. Well,
fantastic.
I'm more of a Batman Forever guy out of those two.
Yeah?
Yeah, I am.
All right. Batman and Robin's got a certain charm, though.
So does Batman Forever. I absolutely think it does.
Actually, Jim Carrey and Tommy Lee Jones fucking hate each other after that movie.
Yeah.
That feud, I think, is carried on.
It's so weird because apparently he was trying to outdo what Jim Carrey was doing. So he would have already disliked them before. Probably just thought he was a not serious clown sort of a thing. And Tommy Lee Jones likely took his job very seriously.
He does, way too much. But if you're a serious actor and you want to take it seriously...
The problem is, he seemed to try and out-goof Jim Carrey, but now you have two characters who are these, jokey sort of... you don't have a straight man to play off of, you know what I mean?
Even Batman wasn't much of the straight man in that.
He sort of was in that one. Val Kilmer was pretty... was sort of the straight man in that.
Yeah.
But like the villains, you didn't have like a particularly interesting dynamic because one guy was really goofy and fucking stupid and weird, and the other guy was Jim Carrey. Yeah.
And have you seen, because Jim Carrey, he started off stand-up comedy. Have you seen his old sets?
I don't think I've seen one in like its entirety.
I will show you after this, and he's Jim Carrey. That was building the foundation of the guy.
Wow,
the silly
really?
faces.
I had no idea.
Okay, all right, but like that's where
was
it was
Jim
the most
Carrey?
accurate. Jim Carrey played Jim Carrey in his own stand-up
What?
special. Jim Carrey starring Jim Carrey.
What?
Yeah.
No way.
But the dude,
Yeah.
that's where he built his personality on stage, and it shows.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I recently saw he was doing an interview about, he was in Hawaii when there was that false missile launch.
Oh wow.
He thought he was gonna die. Like he was sitting there on
That
the
is
beach,
hilarious.
and it was. I can try and explain the interview, or I can just show you after. But the general gist of it was that he spent what he thought was his final 10 minutes on Earth, just like thinking of everything he was grateful for, and he's sitting there and he goes, I couldn't stop thinking of this entire list. Like, he had so much to be thankful for. And then after that 10 minutes passes, he gets a call from his agent, like, oh, actually, it was a misfire. Like, that no missile happened. And then he just gets angry. Because he thought he was going to die.
What the fuck? I wanted to die!
Yeah, he's like, I went
My
through...
whole life flashed before my eyes!
Yeah, he went through this whole process, like, this life-changing recollection. Like, he thought that was it. It's done. And then he's just mad.
What a fool.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can't blame the guy.
You are the fool! Yeah, hell yeah. That's so silly. What a silly guy thinking you're gonna die. Oh my gosh.
Nah, Jim
Those
Carrey.
missile launch alerts are fake every time. Come on, Jim Carrey. Yeah, come on. You
It's
gotta know
so
that by now.
ridiculous how that
They
even
won't
happened.
launch missiles, Jim Carrey. Come on.
No.
They'll never do it.
You go on, you wouldn't.
Yeah, you wouldn't do it.
Go on, Kim Jong-un.
Come on, Pootler.
Yeah.
Come on,
You wouldn't
Biden.
do it.
You wouldn't do it. You wouldn't press that button. Come on.
So Donald Trump's like,
You're
actually...
never gonna do it. You're never gonna do it. You're never gonna scare me.
Yeah.
You're thinking you're gonna do it. I know you're never gonna do it.
It's like, my button, it's bigger, it's brighter, and it
It's
works.
bigger, it's brighter than the rest, and it has the most nuclear power and the most power out of any button. And,
your button-
and the missiles can reach every country before they even know. They're called stealth missiles.
How has your Trump impression gotten worse?
I have no idea. I have no idea. I have no idea because I don't know.
I think definitely listening to the voice that you're going to do before you do
I have
it.
no idea.
Actually, okay. So, do you know how Hugh Jackman, famous Australian actor,
Yeah.
the way he does an American accent, he has one phrase that contains every syllable in the American accent.
And what's the phrase?
I don't know.
Oh, well, there you go. Thanks.
But he'll
awesome.
say-
Thank you, Barnzey.
He'll say the phrase, and then now he can do an American accent. It's like a sleeper agent trigger, and now he can do the accent. So I think to learn the accent, like let's say French,
He
for
just
example.
says it and he kills someone.
Yeah, well, okay. If you have an accent, if you want to learn French, not learn French, if you want to learn how to do the French accent, have a phrase that has all the important syllables, and now suddenly you'll be able to do it.
I think you should just do that.
I think if we both want to do accents, that's why I'm telling you. Because
No, I think you should just try it on the podcast
just
and
try
it'll
to do a
fail
French
immediately.
accent. Oh yeah, that's a good. Oh well, now you've jinxed it. Yeah, this was gonna happen regardless.
That's right. You got to do it now. You got to do got to find the phrase and then do it, and then actually it turns out you need to have trained.
Yeah. What do French people say?
We
surrender. We surrender.
we surrender. Yeah, that's it.
So
we surrender.
Donald Trump.
Donald Trump, we're going to surrender. We're going to surrender right now.
That was Donald Trump.
that was Mr. Donald Trump. Hell yeah.
I think Russian we can sort of do.
I think
if you bring your voice down just a little bit and you change the syllables to like almost be Slavic, I think you can get away with a comically passable. There we go. Now it's starting to change.
No.
Comically passable Russian accent.
I just think we suck at accents.
We are terrible
We're
at it.
so bad.
But we keep bringing it up so that we can strive to be better. One day,
we strive to be better, viewer. Don't worry about it.
15 years,
50 years.
we will be so good at accents, it'll be unrecognizable. We'll look back and look at these idiots.
Look at these
children.
idiots.
We will be in our 50s, looking back.
With a gun in
15
my
years ago,
mouth.
how bad we were at accents.
Absolutely.
No, we should definitely practice and train. It'll be a good bit of fun. You just break out.
I think so.
Break out the Spanish, break out the French, break out the English.
Well, I think that'll be good for next time.
That's right. That's it. Do you want to do the outro?
Dun, 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 dun. That's
right.
it. We're done. We're finished.
Podcast is done.
So-
Go home. You got better things to do.